Get to talk a lot of high school sports here on the show, and the winter season is in action right now. Yeah, everything kind of blowing up for high school sports around the area, and that includes Mount Horeb, as we will do our Mount Horeb report right now. It is brought to us by Miller and Sons as we bring back Eric Rogers. And Eric, let's talk some Mount Horeb sports, and let's start with the girls basketball team. How is their season going to shape up?
Yeah, the girls' basketball season is already underway. They finished 15-9 and third in the conference last year, so that's where they started. This year is going to be a little bit interesting because Mount Horeb lost a bunch of their starters. They only have two starters from last season actually returning, two guards, Sydney King and Lindsay Laborde. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Lindsay. Apologies if not, but King was an all-conference honorable mention athlete last year, but yeah, just two returning starters from last year. It's going to be a bit of a hill to climb for them, but finished starting 1-2 this year, so just getting in edging past for a win this last week. They have two road games this week against Dodgeville and Portage. That's how the season will continue, at least for this week. And then home games against Sauk Prairie and on Tuesday. And then after that, last place they were in 2016-17 was kind of how they finished.
A lot of time on the bus then for the girls. I'm always amazed at how much they actually enjoy the time. Whenever I talk to high school student athletes, they love taking the bus trips. I don't know why. Let's talk about the boys, though. The bus trip's a little bit different for them. What's going on with that boys basketball team?
Yeah, bonding on those road trips.
Right?
The boys finished 12-11 last year, which was good enough for 5th in the conference. They fell to DeForest in the regionals last year, the regional round. So that's how the boys finished their last season. But Coach Todd Nessheim hopes to kind of make some strides this year to get back to form where 2 or 3 years ago they ended up winning the state tournament. So a bit of a hill to climb for the boys, but they're on their way. The season opens Tuesday at Fort Atkinson, and then they will host Baraboo.
Good stuff there. Now, the wrestling team for the Vikings, usually pretty competitive. We've had some of the wrestlers on before on this program. How does their season look to shape up?
Yeah, again, another competitive team. They held a scrimmage this last week, Tuesday, so that's kind of gearing them up for their season. They will open the season this Thursday at Sauk Prairie for a dual meet, and then they have a big invite on Saturday at Black Hawk High School. They're going to face teams like Madison Memorial, Cuba City, Dodgeville, just teams like that, a whole big group of them, and then then they will have a Friday host Reedsburg for a dual meet. So a lot of stuff kind of to gear them up for the season and get them ready, and that is how their season will start.
Good stuff there, Eric. Thank you so much, and a big thank you to Miller and Sons as well for making this report possible right here on the Sports News.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics.